Oops, anticlimactic finish. Welcome to this week's Shop Talk. I hit that keyboard shortcut wrong and totally cut it out. This is the weekly live show where me and my co-host, who I'll introduce in just a minute, teach you one practical marketing thing and sales thing you can do in your business to grow it. We're in the trenches every day trying stuff, and each week or most weeks we come live and share one thing we learned in the previous week that you can take and still and apply and not have to learn the hard way. My name is Brian Harris. I'm the founder of Growth Tools. We're a marketing coaching company, and we make it almost impossible to fail for our clients to grow their businesses. One random fact. I love starting each week with one random fact about myself, and then for you to share one random fact about yourself. When I was 9 years old, my next door neighbor, Miss Dart, I'm guessing that's her first name. Actually, I have no idea now. I called her Miss Dart. So I'm just going to assume her first name was some variation of Dart. She loved painting. And she saw this poster that I made for my parents that it was just a crappy crayon drawing thing, but I was super into it. She saw it and was like, "Oh, Brian, you need to learn how to paint." So for the next 4 years, I went to her house almost every day after school. I got off the bus and she taught me how to oil paint. And I have a bunch of paintings on the hall in my parents' house that they live in. They still live in the same house I grew up in. So that's a random fact about me. I love painting. I haven't painted in 30 years, I guess 25 to 30 years. But it's really fun. I enjoy it. And I've kind of had the itch to get back into it recently. And I have forgotten probably everything I ever learned about it. So I have to learn from scratch. So I want you to introduce yourself in the comments below. One random fact about yourself and the room that the room that you're watching this in. Are you watching the kitchen, your bedroom, the living room, some co-working place? It is storming right now at our house. So I know you're not watching it outside if you're in Middle Tennessee. But yeah, share one random fact about yourself and the room that you're coming and watching this in, just as a fun way to introduce yourself. And while you're doing that, I'm going to kick over to this slide, and we'll introduce Mr. Ben Dahl. Ben Dahl is the Director of Marketing at Growth Tools, and he joins me most every week. Those of you that follow close along with Shop Talk know that he recently made a move across the country, and his internet no longer looks really crappy. It looks a lot better than crappy now. So, Mr. Ben, welcome in. What's new in your life?
Well, the internet definitely is one. It's 10 times faster than it used to be, so that's good. Now I just have camera problems, not internet problems. I want to throw my random fact into the hat. I once watched all the extended versions of Lord of the Rings in a row, and we started at 4 p.m, so that was a mistake.
That's I guess that's 6 hours. Are those 2 hours or 3 hours long? Oh, Ben froze on me. I might have frozen on y'all. Y'all might have frozen on me. I don't have any idea. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So just heads up. There's like a tornado watch or something in my neighborhood right now. It is so loud I can barely hear. So hopefully the internet will stabilize. If not, I'll do a recording and post it. So hopefully I'll hang along. Ben, you froze up on me. Did I freeze up on you?
Yeah, I can't tell if that was you or me.
Yeah, I think it was me. All right. Well, anyways, we'll jump in. Hey, be sure if you're watching this, click the subscribe button, click the like button. That way, if some internet problems happen, you'll make sure to get the upload. You'll make sure to get the recording if you have to leave. Hit the subscribe button. Give us a like. That'll make sure other people can find us as well. Without further ado, let's jump in. I want to share 2 quick results. So we work with clients in the trenches every day that are running all different types of companies. In this case, Tommy is running a company called Go Brick Now. This is a membership site. He hired us a few months ago. He wrote this in the other day. I made my first sell of my annual membership package based on my irresistible offer, a $12,000 sell paid in full. Another one from AJ Riviera. He's an artist, closed a $3,000 monthly retainer client. Super cool. So today, my goal in Shop Talk is for you to leave knowing how to write a killer launch campaign, promotional campaign for your low ticket.
All right, everyone. Hopefully we are back. Brian's power just went out, so I took over the stream, and I'm just going to go ahead and I got to figure out how to share my screen and everything here real quick. So deal with us. We've got technical difficulties for about 2 minutes, and then we're going to keep on rolling. But the goal today is we're going to share with you the exact booking campaign that we used. I think we ran this one back in March. We used it. We got 41 bookings, 4 sales, all full pays, made about $40,000 in just a few days. So we're going to give that template to you guys today and break down each email and how it works and the goal of each section so that you can take that and run with it. But ideally, you leave today not only knowing how that specific campaign worked, but also how to write more campaigns like that one in the future. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up over here the slides. Let me go into slideshow mode, and then let me share my screen with you guys, and we will dive in to today's teaching. Share screen. Let's share this one. All right, guys, so you should be able to see my screen now. The goal today, like I just said, write killer booking campaigns to land high-ticket clients. So before we get into the training, real quick, we will have resources. Like I said, the email templates are going to go out later today. We will also have some other additional links, a book recommendation for you guys. So if you want those things sent to you for free after the show later this evening, then get on the VIP list. And all you've got to do to get on the VIP list is text VIP to 615-903-8108. Again, that's 615-903-8108. You can also opt in through a normal lander in the description of the YouTube. So if you want that and that's easier for you, you can go there as well. And then we'll send all the resources and links out from the show when we're done later this evening. So before we get in, just one more minute, let people attend. If you want a chance to win our book giveaway, we're going to give away a copy of Copywriting Secrets by Jim Edwards. He was one of Russell's main copywriters for a long time. He's his partner on Funnel Scripts. So I really love this copywriting book. Personally, I use it all the time. I pretty much have it on my desk and use it every day for writing different things, especially bullets. So if you guys want a chance to win this book, then go ahead and share this YouTube link out. Share this video. There's also links in the description if you want to grab those and share them. There's one that's one click to Twitter. And then put in the chat that you've shared this, and we will pick one of you guys from the chat, and we'll make sure that you get the we'll make sure that you get the book. So go ahead and share it. Put in the chat that you've shared it, and then we'll pick one. But real quick, a preview of why I actually like this book. One of my top 2 takeaways is it teaches you, Jim puts right in the book, how to write killer bullets for emails and sales pages. And these are the bullets like in an email, like describing the benefits or features of a product. And his formula here is feature plus benefit plus meaning. So it's what it is, what it does, and what it means to the buyer. So an example of that would be like, and we're going to give you a magnetic tip drill so that when you are handling or filling with small screws, they don't slip out of your fingers and get lost in the cracks in the floor or in the carpet or fall down some stairs. And really what it is meaning that you'll never lose another screw or fumble with bolts or something like that in the future. So that's kind of a rusty example there, giving you live, but this guide is really clear. So like our coaching program would be like, it gives coaches and consultants the next best step so you can reduce the clutter and overwhelm in your mind, which means you'll always have higher leverage on your time and make more money in your business. Something like that, right? You can use that as you want. The other thing I really love about it is he has a couple breakdowns. One is emails, the other is sales letters, how to write them fast. And so he just gives you these frameworks. And so you can see a couple calls to action that he has in this framework for sales letters. And I really like that one. So go ahead and share the links. And I'm going to go to the stream right now and check the chat. Let's see who is going to win the book today. So let me go ahead and get the chat pulled up here. Oh, you guys aren't seeing slides? Let me try and reshare my screen. I'm totally getting used to this. There you go, guys. I apologize. Now you can see. Yeah, now you can see the screen here. All right, we got a lot of people who shared the book. So I might go back and just show you the bullet formula here real quick. Thank you guys for letting me know. Okay. Randomly picking someone from the chat. Let's go with, who's the first person I see? Jason Pockrand go ahead and email Bookwinner to vip@growthtools.com. Put it in the subject line or in the body of your message with your mailing address, and we'll get that shipped out to you after the show. And then let's see, Gold Rush. Do the same thing. Email Bookwinner in the subject line or body of your email to vip@growthtools.com, and we'll get that book shipped out to you immediately after the show. So, and guys, just real quick, because I realize now that I wasn't sharing my screen. The book is Copywriting Secrets by Jim Edwards. The things I like about it are the bullet formula, which is right here on the screen, and then the proven sales letters framework, how to write them fast, is the top two things I like about it. So we'll send those out to Gold Rush and Jason. Go ahead and make sure you email vip@growthtools with your mailing address, and we'll get those shipped out. All right, one more thing. Which test won? So every week we bring you guys a marketing test that we ran recently so that you can learn from our ad spend, our email blasts, and we can learn along with each other. So this one is 2 ad hooks. We're right now in the midst of testing tons and tons, like 50 ad hooks every week. Ad hooks are headlines to see which ones have the highest click-through rate. And then we pull that out into concepts for emails or more ads or social media posts, that kind of thing. So option A here is feeling burnt out with marketing tactics that never seem to work. That is the hook. And then option B is you'll never grow your coaching business past $10,000 without following a plan that you trust. So go ahead and put in the chat real quick which one you think was the winner. Oh, Brian's in the chat. His internet is still toast. Yeah, give me feedback on my audio, by the way, while you guys pick. Looks like a lot of A, mostly A, some B. A lot of A, a lot of A. Yeah, A seems more emotional. Yep, totally agree. So everyone who picked A, you are totally right. A was actually twice as good as option B here. So option A had a 1.86% click-through rate, and we were goaling for, and when we do this, we run it as a traffic campaign. So we're looking for at least 1.5% click-through rate because that's going to go down when we run the campaign for conversions. So 1.86 is totally above that mark, and we are going to go ahead and test this one here soon. So yeah, good job everyone who picked A. That's awesome. I'm going to pick one more person as a book winner who picked A, and let's go ahead and do. It looks like intentional. Well, no, actually. Who's the first person to pick A? It looks like Anthony Sills. You were the first person to pick A. So Anthony, go ahead and email Bookwinner to vip@growthtools.com, and we'll get that shipped out to you. Make sure you include your mailing address when you send that email. We'll do that immediately after the show wraps up today. So sweet. Thank you guys. All right. And one more time before we dive into the training. So Sean just asked, how can I get the booking emails? This is how you can get the booking emails. Text VIP to 615-903-8108, and that'll put you on the VIP list. That's where we send out all the resources from every show the evening of or the morning after the show airs. So we'll get that to you no later than 10 a.m. Central Time tomorrow morning. So go ahead and get on the VIP list if you want those things. So now let's dig into today's lesson. So, and again, guys, real quick, this is something that we've done personally. Everything that we teach here on Shop Talk is because we've solved our own problems, given these solutions to our clients. This is part of how we codify things to give to our clients. So we've solved our own problem. We're giving it to you guys and our clients. And then ideally you guys go and tell your friends and other, colleagues in the entrepreneurship space what we're doing, and our business grows as a result, which means we can solve more problems and give them to you. So this is everything that we teach you guys, something we have personally done. We're not like reading someone's book and coming here and teaching you like some guru thing. So cool. Question for you guys. Do you use email to sell products or book sales calls? So who here actually relies on their email list a good bit for sales? And how big is your list? That'd be another interesting question. Because sometimes folks actually do really well with small lists. And let me know too, if you're specifically going for sales calls, if you have a call funnel, if you're doing like a course or an e-com product, that'd be really interesting to know. Go ahead and drop that in the chat and I'll pick that up as we go. Alessandro, you do, Sean Stewart, 5K product, cool. Kelsey, almost entirely on email. That's cool. 15K, email. Nice. Oh, and sales calls. Yep, totally. 300 people on my Substack just started. That's interesting. I haven't messed with Substack, but I know a lot of people are killing it with it. Yes, but I don't have a list. 500-ish. That's cool. Course and booking. Yeah, that's super interesting. So no matter what you guys are selling, these are the emails. Obviously, we are doing emails to a sales call booking funnel. So everything we teach here is going to be high ticket sales call, but you can absolutely repurpose to a course or product too. So let's go ahead and dive into the training. So there's 2 parts to today's training. 1 is what is the campaign, and 2 is how you actually use it. So part 1. This is our concept. The campaign we run is like a best ever campaign. A best ever campaign clearly shows an ideal result to your prospect and challenges them to be like that person. So the one that we ran specifically was Be Like Mike. And that was basically Michael Hyatt's best launch ever. And Be Like Mike was a tagline we threw in there. So we're going to dig into that one. And that's exactly what this case study is. So we ran the best launch ever with the tagline of Be Like Mike thrown in there as like a clever copy bit. And we've got 41 sales calls and 4 new clients. And this is what you're going to get when you join the VIP list. We put all these emails into a drive, and I actually went in there and commented on each sentence of every email, telling you exactly how to mold it for your business and the intention and the purpose of every single line of copy in every email. And we're going to send that out to you after the show today. And that's also what we're going to work through today in the workshop. So here's the outline of the campaign. It starts with the challenge intro. You have to actually introduce the campaign as like a theme for the week. And we've found that your open rates and general engagement with the campaign goes up and increases throughout the week if you have a thread or a theme that actually ties them all together. And so for this one, it's the best launch ever. You give them something to expect tomorrow. You can reference back to previous days' emails. There's a lot more you can do and play on in the copy when you actually have a theme. So you got to introduce the challenge first so people know what's up and you have the theme for the week. Then we show proof of results for the main person. If you have more case studies and testimonials, then you can show others, show more case studies, like minor case studies. So we used a launch playbook that we have in Growth University for Michael Hyatt, and we've got other clients that have run the same launch playbook. So we showed 2 or 3 more examples in the 3rd email there. The general framework of how it works. So we actually have it's a graphic outlining how the campaign works and the emails flowing almost like this, but a little bit more in depth. So like a descriptor behind the scenes, see how it actually works, appealing to the logical brain. And then hardcore urgency and scarcity to end the challenge. And that's like a cart close for you guys who are doing courses and courses and products, or like the end of a holiday promo. You can think of it that way too. So let's go ahead and go through the email. I'm not going to read all of this verbatim here, but we're going to go through each of the 5 emails, and then we're going to get into the structure of them. So this first email here is introducing the challenge. The subject is a quote, in quotes, "the best month of sales we ever had." And that's an actual quote you can see in the thumbnail of the video down there that we included as a graphic in the email. is a direct quote from Michael Hyatt, so that helps. And that's actually a strategy some folks are using now with landing page headlines too, is the like testimonial quote headlines, the big H1. So that was what we did for the subject line here. Meet Michael Hyatt. We introduce him, give some authoritative stats or bullets there. Introduce his authority. You can also do things like illustrate the pain point he was having. So you can do owns fullfocus.com, sells coaching and productivity products. Just lost his marketing leader unexpectedly with no backup plan. Could be something you put up there in the bullets to illustrate the before state, the pain, the problem that they're trying to solve, and the reason that they hired you. You can also make it relatable. So, Michael Hyatt is an Inc. 5000, 4 years in a row CEO, who had been the CEO of a $1 billion company, might not be the most relatable. So we went with straight authority. But if you're doing something like weight loss or something, then you could say like spend 6 hours a day on the couch, or like struggles to have the energy to go to the gym at the end of the day after working a full day remote, something like that. Cheryl Ann Wilson says, I have 2 voices at the same time. Can you guys just confirm that is not happening? Sounds like it's maybe just a Cheryl thing. Anyway, so that's the bullets. Then you want to give a reason. Yeah, last year he hired me to coach his marketing team. So there's a decision point, the actual specific problem that he's solving there, how the process worked at a general overview at a high level, and then the result. So all in the first bit, the intro part of the first email, we've introduced the character that's going to get the result, the thing that made them make a decision, the problem, an overview of how we solve the problem and the result. And then we immediately jump to providing a testimonial graphic. And this link actually goes to a landing page with the testimonial video on it. And then right underneath the testimonial video is our booking widget, our HubSpot calendar booking widget. So that's it. So, but really it's a lot of proof. And then we go straight into the Be Like Mike challenge, which you could do the best lunch ever, or the best body ever, or the best course ever, the best side hustle ever, whatever you're helping people improve. It can be the best thing that you help people do ever challenge. And that's how you could name this one. Here's how it works. Brief overview. We have a risk reversal guarantee in here. So this guarantee is one, we've slightly reworded it now. It will bring 10K in additional revenue in 90 days or less. So here's the deal. I'm taking 5 clients. So that's scarcity. Enrollment closes this Friday. Urgency. Opposed to learning how this launch formula could work for you. And the opposed to learning is actually a specific framing. We get slightly better response rate when you frame questions where the answer is no instead of yes. So it's like, would you like to learn how this could work for you? Or are you opposed to learning? Say, well, I'm not opposed to learning how something could help me, but do you want to learn? Well, now you're an infomercial and I'm not interested. So slight reframe there, try it out, see how it works for you. And this, if you run this campaign or just in other emails in general. When you schedule the call, we will reveal the best launch ever formula and see how it applies. So just next steps on what happens. And then we recap the email one more time in the PS. So the PS restates briefly what we covered in the whole email. That way for people who skim to the bottom, we are still capturing them and they get the gist of what's going on. All right, cool. That's email 1. Email 2. This is not email 2. Got to rearrange these slides, Mr. Brian. But so this is the last call email. We'll come back to this one. So why does this work? You know what? Brian's slides are really fun. I'm going to break down the rest of the emails for you guys. And let's just pivot real quick. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick, guys. Let's go ahead and just go through all of the all of those emails together so that you guys can see what's going on. And then we'll talk about who should use these emails and how you can craft them and edit them specifically for your business. So let me pull up my Talk share. And again, if you guys want these emails, the templates, then just make sure you opt in for the VIP list. And you can opt in for the VIP list. In the description below, there's an opt-in page. You get like no promotional material from us whatsoever. We literally just send you free stuff and remind you that these workshops are happening. And one of the things that you'll get today is these email templates. So let me, we just looked at email 1. I'm pulling up email 2, and let's look at this one together. All right, here's email 2. You can see my comments over here that'll help you edit this. So let's go line by line. Let's briefly overview what happens here. In email number 2, we're totally risk reversal. We're focusing on the guarantee factor of the program. And if you haven't seen our workshop on how to have a good guarantee that's compelling, then definitely go back and check out the previous recording on that one. We've got a whole thing on guarantees, and it's really going to up your offer. Today I'm going to take away your biggest fear. I'll guarantee your thing that you're going to improve, remove the objection of the worst case scenario. Remove the reason not to act now. The opt-in is down below in the description. So, yeah, so the thought of what if nobody buys keeps coaches and course creators stuck for years. So if you've been using this as an excuse for inaction, watch out. Basically saying you have no reason not to act right now. Stuff's about to get real. I'm guaranteeing the results, and then we give the details on the guarantee. Why the guarantees? Because I want you to go into this launch with sky-high confidence. It's the same approach that we took with character who got the result, Michael Hyatt. I told you about a couple days ago. In this case, would have been the previous day or 2 days ago, depending on how you structure your campaign. But you can reference back to that. Again, that's why it helps with the copy to have a theme through the entire week. Here's what we did for him. Buying in confidence works wonders. This is kind of like a filler line, but we do add in scarcity here, saying that there's one of the few spots remaining in the program. There are only a few requirements. Then we qualify the people who should or should not book a call here, which increases the quality of the sales calls slightly. For people who book from this specific email, they'll have seen this and read this maybe and filtered themselves out in some way. So there you have it. Your single big excuse is gone. Are you ready to step up? If so, book a call. Get all the details about my best launch ever program. You only have 3 days left to get on our calendar, so get to it. And then we have a PS line recapping what the email just said again. And we say, we put the guarantee in there and then the CTA and the incentive to book a call. And that's one thing that you can mess with is actually providing an incentive for people to book a call in the first place. So it's something that we got from, I think I first saw it from Alex Becker at Hyros. He was offering free courses or some of his previous paid courses that he had made free. If you just show up to your sales call or strategy session, you get these free things. And so we did this in this sense. In this instance, we gave the 5-day launch playbook away, which is the basic foundation of what we did for Michael Hyatt when people just showed up to the call. And that helped increase show rates. Cool. All right, 3 examples. So this is an email that you can send if you have more examples to cite back to. It's really super simple. Basically, it's like, hey, deadline, scarcity. We've done this for other people. Here are a few examples. And each example is really simple. It's just, here's who the person is, the result that we had them have, and them affirming that with a testimonial or a quote. So we do that a few times. And we say that's what is possible when you stop trying to do the thing that's painful. Are you tired of pain? Are you tired of pain? Twist the knife a little bit. Add a little bit of scarcity here. Remember, there's only 5 spots left. We'll take a closer look at your business and run through a strategy call to make sure it's the right fit for you. You must submit your application by end of day Friday. So urgency and scarcity to close out email 3. Email 4 is the how-to. So the people who are not yet convinced by social proof, by FOMO, by urgency and scarcity, we're now going to take the logical approach with at least one of the emails in the campaign. So here is what this looks like, the 3 phases of a successful launch. Yesterday, I sent you a quick update. Clients are getting crazy results. So we're opening with proof. reminding of the specific wins in the proof that we sent in the previous email. But how does it work? If you want a personalized answer, this is where we sneak in the first call to action in the email. Where if you want this actually custom tailored to you and you want to know how it works for your business, not just any business, then get on the call. But in general, there are 3 phases, and then we walk them through the 3 phases. So this would be like the pillars of your program, or if you have phases, if you've broken things out that way. This is where you can get into that. If you have a visual of it, that's preferable. You can make one in Canva real quick to put in here. Now, one thing that's in the copy under the visual is if you're launching a new or maybe your first product, course, or service, this is your playbook. It's called the low self-esteem win. It might be my internet, guys. We're having a ton of storms if you're seeing blurry stuff. So let me know if that is actually the case for more of you than just a couple. But the low self-esteem win in here, okay. Pretty blurry. Well, shoot, guys. Then let's go ahead and maybe go back and pivot to the slides if you guys can't read this. I can try blowing it up a little bit. But let me know. And I'm going to at least finish these email outlines, and then we'll get into the who should use it. Anyway, what I was saying is part of the copy that's in here is the low self-esteem win. Some people will think they are only going to get 10% of the result that you promise in general. So having a relatable story or, character or other client who didn't think it was going to happen, but it did happen is good. In Brian's case, we have the story of when he launched his first course, he actually lost $2,500. So it's like an underdog comeback. I was in your shoes, just make it relatable. My loss happened because I was doing this common thing. Here, let me zoom in for you guys. Maybe that's better. And then okay. Sorry, I'm messing with the screen size to make it better for you so you can see. So hopefully that's better. All right, so I was in your shoes. I felt this. I was having this because of the pain. That's why it's sort of the evangelist or what's that character called in Russell's book? You're bringing, you learn from my mistakes, don't make the same mistakes. That's the attractive character outline that we're going for here. So my best launch ever formula, so you can launch your first or next product with total confidence. Here's what will happen when you work with us. But here's the deal. Scarcity and urgency plugged in here again. Reserve your spot. And then incentive for booking down there in the PS line. Cool. Yeah, glad that expanding the screen will help. And then lastly is the cart close. So this is, I think, the second cart close email. We have one of them that's also included here as a bonus. It's really super simple. I didn't even comment on this because it's so straightforward. Really, it's last call. I'm shutting down enrollment in just a few hours. If you want me and my team to help you, remember it's guaranteed. Insert the guarantee details a little tiny bit. Save your spot before the clock hits midnight. So it's scarcity, risk reversal, urgency to close out the promo. We do also have 2 bonus emails down here at the bottom. This is the first cart close email is one of the bonuses. And then the other bonus is the 500K whiteboard. So the 500K whiteboard is like a behind the scenes glimpse of this unusual or unique thing. In this case, it's Brian's hand-drawn outline of the campaign we use for Michael Hyatt on a whiteboard. So it really is kind of like this behind the scenes cool thing. And 500K, I think, is roughly what Michael Hyatt's results were from the launch. So, but don't quote me on that. I don't even know that actually. So you can't get me. I'm totally non-disclosure there. Anyway, let's go back to the slides. Those are the emails. That's what you guys are going to get when you opt in on the VIP list. And just real quick, again, if you want these emails sent out to you after the show, then get on the VIP list, 615-903-8108. You're going to have all my comments and the breakdown on those emails in there when you opt in. So just go ahead and get on the list. We don't really send any promo material there at all. We just remind you that these are coming up and give you free stuff afterwards. So Go ahead and do that. And if you're already on the VIP list, you don't need to be on there again. Let's go ahead and get back to the slides. I'm going to pick up where we left off. So let's talk about who should use this type of campaign. And remember, we're calling this the best ever campaign. So you have a problem that you solve for your clients or people who are going to work with you, and this is the best version of that ever. So if we were just a course launch company, for example, that would be a really good example. It'd be best launch ever. In your case, it could be best body ever, best startup ever, something like that. So just to theme the campaign. All right. Criteria number 1. You can use this if you've helped anyone ever get a great result. So, and that can be yourself. There is a way to write these emails where this campaign works, even if it's just you that you've made the transformation for. I mean, it helps if it's for someone else, but I'm going to keep coming back to the weight loss example because it's really clear and the before and after is like super obvious. Like if you've done that and you have the before and after and the transformation is clear, you can just share your journey and make yourself the relatable underdog and make yourself, different elements of your journey can be the different parts of the case study. So we had 3 different people, but it could even be the way it's transformed your life. Like I have more energy. I'm happier. Like, I don't know, maybe like my spouse like looks at me a different way than they used to. Those are all different things that you can put in that 3rd email, I believe it was, in the way we organized it, where you have the different case studies. It can just be different ways it's affected your life. So even if only you have gotten the result, you can still do this. Even better if you have 2 clients or maybe 2 or 3 clients that have good, well-documented results from your service or program or product. Criteria number 2, you have an email list of at least 500 subscribers. So that's kind of critical mass to send out a campaign like this and see and get the yield from it. We sent this to a relatively small cohort of our email list. I think we sent this to about 30,000 out of everyone that we had on our list. So, but just get 500 people on your list. Before that, you really want to be focused on list building and not like crazy fancy campaigns. If you need more subscribers on your email list, we actually have a workshop already out on that. And that one was really clean. No tech issues, I promise, on how to get your first 1,000 email subscribers with a simple lead magnet. And that was a really good one. Maybe I'll link to it in the description afterwards when we're wrapping up. And I'll send that out in the VIP too. So if you do need to get more subscribers or if you want to continue building your list at a faster pace, I'll include that in the VIP links that we send out after the show. All right, so how can you use it? One is pick the ideal result that you'll feature in this challenge. So a way to do this, if you don't already have a business that is like makes it super obvious, right? You might already have a product or service that makes this super obvious to pick, but even if you don't know, and you're starting out relatively small, maybe you've got like, I don't know, kind of a messy cohort of clients. It's not like a perfect ideal avatar. Then just go ahead and ask your friends, family, current clients, past clients, customers, and reflect on your own journey to find a transformation that you can help people have, because that's really the end of it. Everyone needs these different transformations in their life, and you've certainly helped someone do it, right? Brace says she needs the how to get 1,000 subscribers, so we'll make sure to send that out in the VIP links afterwards. All right. Second is add. So add a crunchy perk for those that join the challenge. So we've done different versions of this since I've been here at Growth Tools. And this is one where we gave away a 5-day launch playbook. So basically a different template for an email campaign we just gave away when anyone actually booked and showed up for their sales call from this campaign. So that was one way to increase show rates. Now, the risk and something you got to balance a little bit with that is some people will just book the sales call to get the free stuff and then like peace out. You might fill your calendars with a lot of not very serious people. Some of that goes into the skill and comfort of the sales guys to do that. So if you're worried about that being a negative impact or get the blowback of that effect, then what you really want to do is just add an additional thing for when people buy. So a version of that we did, I think the last time we did, well, not the last time, but I know one that really hit well is we did an offer masterclass. So we sent out a themed booking campaign around offers. You could even have done a best offer ever version, right, of this. And the deal was when people bought before that Friday, I think it was like midnight on Friday, maybe extended into Saturday a little bit if we had weekend calls. Everyone who bought, and it was like a small cohort that we were going to work with one-on-one, they got 2 mastermind recordings on their offer and some one-on-one attention to help workshop it. So just think about like the perks that you can add to make it more attractive. And you can actually, then in that case, if you do provide one-on-one attention or you do provide a masterclass, maybe you don't want the whole world getting that. So you can add then genuine scarcity and urgency to the promo, which makes it way more legit. Because people can kind of sniff out when it's fake. So in this case, it's like, yeah, we're not going to give away our launch playbook forever to everyone who books a call with us. So you just book by Friday and then you get it for free because it's actually part of our program. So add a crunchy perk. And then 3 is right. And the Be Like Mike challenge or best launch ever challenge email campaign. So, okay, this is where Brian had the breakdown in the slide. So we just did all of this, walk through each of these. So a couple pro tips, and then we'll do some Q&A and make sure you guys' questions are answered. Pro tip number 1 is use this as a course or membership promo campaign. That's just fairly straightforward. This works really, really well. If you have a course structured around getting people a particular result, then best result from course ever is a really natural way to lead into it. Membership the same way. Try out the 2 bonus emails for more punch, especially on bigger lists. So those 2 bonus emails, one was sort of the unique mechanism behind the scenes look, and the other one was the second cart close. You definitely want the both 2 cart closes. And there's a lot of ways you can repurpose the behind the scenes email as well. I honestly am not super sure what Brian wanted with this slide. Let me break here and let's just scroll for a second. All right, guys. So that was the core of the teaching. Let me know if you have questions. How did that hit you guys? Can you see yourselves using this campaign? Is it clear? Can you identify like what would your campaign be? Write the name of your challenge. The best, goodness, I just got a new house, right? So the best home move ever, or the best like home buying experience ever. I don't know. Maybe that's not a thing that people do courses on, but I would have really benefited from that. So put that in the chat. Let me know how clear this is, how you can see yourself using it. And if you want all those email templates with all the comments in them, then text VIP to 615-903-8108. I'll also include the link to the 1,000 subscribers workshop that we did. You can still go back and get all the resources from that one too. If you're on the VIP list, I think you should already have those. So go ahead and do that. Also, there was another thing I was going to include. But anyway, you'll get a lot of free stuff when you sign for the VIP list, so go do it. Put in the chat. I'm really curious to see what you guys think about this style of campaign. And then we do this for a living. We help hundreds and hundreds of coaches and course creators every year create their offer and get their business off the ground. And for those of you who are already past, a couple $100,000, we can help you scale to $1 million, and then one-on-one attention with Brian to get past $1 million and scale up from there. So if you want a experienced coaching team who has been in the trenches, who's doing this stuff every day, all the emails and things I'm learning in marketing, I hand to the coaches. They take that and package everything that we know and all the playbooks that we have into a custom plan specifically for your business. I mean, we dial into your custom your ideal avatar, part of your revenue roadmap, right? Your vivid vision, so you know what you're working towards. We actually write and refine your offer for you if you don't already have one. We'll help you price your product. We'll help you and review your pitches for potential partners that are out there. so that you can land clients and build your email list without having to rely on ads and all the crazy content creation and building an infinitely large personal brand that never seems to generate cash. So if you want that kind of attention from our coaching team and to learn from us, learn firsthand what we're doing in the trenches in real time, then go ahead and text coach to 615-903-8108. And that's just going to send a link back to you. It's an automated text. You're going to get a link you can book. We don't really ask that much information. And it's really no sweat, no obligation. We just want to see if it's a good fit. And if it is, we'd love to have you. And even when you join and you get your plan, you can actually reject your plan. Like if we create your avatar and your offer and your price point, you don't absolutely love it. I mean, we've had people tear up because it's the first time they felt like they've been listened to and they can actually see the path to their result. But if you don't love it, you don't have to keep it. You can give it back to us. We'll give you a full refund, no sweat. And then even after you accept it, as long as you just do the work, you accept the plan and you do the work and you get the result, we're going to guarantee your investment as long as you just complete the plan. If you don't get the result after completing your plan, we'll cover the difference for any of the cash that you didn't make that we promised that you would, and we'll pay you $1,000 to go and hire another coach. So go ahead and text 615-903-8108 to text coach to that number, and it's no sweat obligation, no obligation. We'll just talk to you, see if it's a good fit, and go from there. So and yeah, now let's do questions. I guess there was a little bit more to that. We do, we track our client wins weekly. So maybe in the VIP list, I'll send you guys where you can go see our path to making $100 million for our clients. And then also the last week wins. So you can go see how our clients did. Next week, and get on the VIP list, you'll get a reminder for this one in advance, is the $1 million a year membership playbook. So we recently added a recurring revenue element for people who want to stay on after they get through the first phase of completing their plan. We actually do new plans quarterly or, as needed when people complete them to get them to the next stage in their business. And so to stay on as a client, we have an option for that. And that's actually got us at a run rate for that membership to about $1 million a year run rate. So if you want that playbook and how to install a recurring revenue element in your business, it massively stabilizes revenue. There's a lot of security in knowing that a certain amount is going to come in every month, regardless of new sales. And it's really stabilized our business. So if you want that playbook and what we've done to enact that in our business, then just go ahead and show up next week and get on the VIP list so that you don't miss the reminder for it. Cool. All right, guys, your questions. Let's go ahead. I'm going to kill my screen. All right, let's see. I got 10 more minutes. I'm hanging out for 10 more minutes, guys. And maybe if no one has questions, then I won't spend the full 10 minutes. But let me know what your questions are. How can I help you enact this campaign? I'll literally just sit here and help you outline your campaign if that's what you want, if you're still hanging out and paying attention on the live. So go ahead and put it in the chat. What's your best thing ever challenge? What's that look like? Who do you serve? What's the price point? Do you have a price point? Let's workshop some of this for you guys. I'm going to go back and make sure that I got all the questions during the workshop. Cool. DJ Eshelman put a comment in here that said he's trimmed his list back to 1,500 and is rebuilding stronger. And that's actually really smart. List cleaning is very good. We did a lot of that in 2021 and a little bit chaotic, but in general, we cut our list size down to 1/3 of what it used to be. And we actually are getting better total click volume and way healthier email metrics. Because when you keep sending to disengaged segments like that, it really hurts your deliverability over time. All right, Compete Daily. Curious, how do you create a custom plan for each individual person? Do you have a way that you automate most of the process? Do you have someone that's there only job creating plans? So Compete Daily, it does sound like a gimmick, but we literally do have someone whose full-time job is creating plans. Is all the only thing that they do is obsess and obsess and obsess over making great plans. So that is the answer to that. And we have a coaching team that I believe pitches in on that. I'm less involved in the plan creation process. But yeah, his name's Matt. So he's awesome. Gold Rush is thinking best lead funnel challenge. Okay. Outline that a little bit more, Gold Rush. What is what's the ultimate endpoint there? Best lead funnel challenge makes sense. What's the thing that you're going towards? Is it a course or is it a program? Outline that a bit more. Jason says Social Security Supplemental Artist Challenge. I think Jason is being sarcastic. Makes me think of tax liens, though. Like highest ROI investment strategy ever, something like that. I don't know. Jason, I think you're joking with me, but if you're not, then let's be real. Yeah, let's see. Who else had? Is this an actual challenge or just an email campaign? So Compete Daily, you asked that earlier. It is a email campaign ultimately. In your case, like you guys could all have it where it's a little bit more of an actual challenge that they're trying to do, but it's not like a free. This is not intended to drive people towards, at least not originally intended to drive people towards like a free participate along challenge. You could have like a special cohort, but you don't really want to change your program just to run an email campaign to it. So really it's challenging people to get the result, providing them a little bit of extra value to get that, and then, hard closing on when that extra value is provided. The other thing that you might find out is that like our product, for example, one of the things that we can help with is to execute a launch. It's not the only thing that we do, but it is certainly one of them. So in our instance, we've got a couple different things that we can drive towards. So best launch ever is just one element of the total possible things that we can help people with. So you might end up doing like the best diet ever, or, as opposed to just the best body ever, maybe a part of what how to help people with is diet, or like daily routine or something like that, as opposed to you can kind of like pick compartments out of that. Chronicles of the Cleaning Lady Challenge. That may get people interested. You're breaking the naming format there a little bit. What's the Chronicles of the Cleaning Lady Challenge? And it's actually not clear to me what that is. That is part of the criteria too when you're naming your challenge. You want it to be super obvious what the end result is. So best launch ever is like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna have like my best course launch ever because that's what it's called. Chronicles of the Cleaning Lady, like the cleanest home ever challenge could be another one. You can kind of use a different superlative in front of there if you need it. But what works better for your program, B2C or B2B? So Stephen, we've had both have tremendous success. And I mean, Jeanette's here in the chat. She runs our coaching team. She could answer, but in my opinion, it's both. One example is Dustin Reichman sells keto meat snacks, like Slim Jims that are keto. And he made like $30,000 on a handful of podcast partnerships that he did. We got a whole case study right up on him on the blog. So you can go read that for a B2C example. B2B is all over the place. Another B2C one that's a little bit different is Ali Duzette has been doing partnerships, and she tripled her income, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I think that's the multiplier there. She multiplied her income multiple times over as an astrology like sign reader. And she doesn't even sell anything. Well, she does have a high ticket thing, but a lot of her income growth came from low ticket stuff. So that's another one. We don't have a super long write up on her yet, but we need to do that. So that's another one. So if that answers your question, Stephen, B2B is a pretty big toss up. Oh, so Marissa want to pronounce your name correctly, might have a prettier accent there than I did. Added a challenge in there, so it might be your best cleaning business ever challenge. That's an example, and you just add a little bit of extra one-on-one support. Can you use this to launch a new coaching program? Yeah, Jason, you absolutely can use this to launch a new program. The one qualifier is that it's better for this specific campaign type if you have personally had the transformation that you're going to help other people have, or you've helped someone else close to you do it. Retired artists supplement their social security income. Jason, I'm so sorry I laughed at you, man. That is actually really cool that you're doing that. I look like a jerk, but yeah, so that would be like your best retirement ever. And if you have a list of artists on your list, then that's one thing. You could also run this as best artist retirement ever. And yeah, Jeanette made a good point. We do work with you on getting it framed up the right way. So you don't necessarily want to take all my spitballing answers to heart that I'm giving you off the cuff. I'm just brainstorming in that direction. But yeah, I mean, like helping retired artists supplement their social security income would be like your most fulfilled retirement ever challenge. And there's probably too many syllables in that, but there's different angles that you could take there. So Gold Rush is thinking course. Yeah, so Gold Rush, if you've done a good amount of lead gen, then you could run one that's simply like the best lead gen ever challenge. Or like maybe you could even put a challenge on it as like, this is my blueprint to get your first 1,000 leads in 7 days. Or I don't know, you know, like that's kind of ambitious. You probably have to put ad spend behind that to do that effectively. What have you found is the number one key to getting partnerships or on interviews? How do you make a real connection in a short period of time in these long-term nurture strategies? Compete daily. So that's a really good one. We actually have a whole blog post that I will now include in the VIP links that gets sent out that outlines our partnership strategy from like A to Z. We had a client, Susanna, make $17,000. I think the equivalent of $17,000 US or something close to that. Just from reading that blog post. So that's a really good outline. It should be prominently featured on the blog, so you should go check that out too. And that's just free to read. Like I'm not even pitching you anything with that. But the make a short connection, a real connection in a short period of time it's all about the relational hook. So every good pitch has 3 parts, and one of them is the relational hook. And all you got to do is prove that you're not a weirdo on the internet, that you've taken a personal interest in their content or what they're doing, that you have a clear thing to add value to what they're doing. You're not just like a leech. And then you just want an anchor ask, like make it really, really clear what you're after. If it's a win-win, then they'll say, yeah. People are surprisingly open to that. There's also tons of ways to find podcasts and different content creators that are begging for content. Like people really need this stuff. Ray, I'm really happy to hear that. Untethered Life, have peace for no reason challenge. So like your greatest peace ever challenge, or your like most restful week ever challenge, or something like that. I could see that being really good. Jason, we want to help artists be able to sell a few more pieces of work without selling them on a magic 6-figure income promise. Yeah, that makes sense. So Jason, I still think that your angle here, if you're going specifically for retired artists, is like your best retirement ever. And yeah, it is hard for artists in particular to make magic amounts of money just by the nature of it. Because I feel like art works in a very different way in some respects than like business services or commodities or anything like that. Then yeah, Ray's asking for that blog post too. So I'll definitely make sure to include that when we do VIP links. It's actually, I can share my screen and pull it up. There's really no reason I can't do that right now. If you guys want to go and check out this partnership, this is it right here. I'll drop it in the chat for you guys, and then if you want it, like a permanent link, I'll put it in the VIP. There's our pop-up. But yeah, this blog post is really long. It's super killer. It'll walk you through all the stuff. There's a lead magnet you can download that'll help you organize your outreach. So yeah, if that's a strategy, it's really a very much overlooked strategy. Most people have a lot of limiting beliefs about this, and it's totally low-hanging fruit and a very easy way to grow from when you're starting out. Or to scale, honestly. I mean, this is builds your brand, gets you leads, makes sales all at the same time. So go check that one out. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. All right, guys. We are coming up on time. We're past the top of the hour. So if there are no more questions, then I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure one last time that if you want the resources from the show today that you get on the VIP list, that is, again, there's a link in the description for you to go and opt in. We don't send you any promotional materials. We just remind you that these workshops are happening and send you free stuff. If you want to be on the VIP list, then here is the way to do it. You can text VIP to 615-903-8108. That'll get you on there. You can also go check the description for the link. We'll send you everything by latest 10 a.m. Central tomorrow morning. Hey, and oh shoot, don't forget to subscribe and like. That's going to help us get this content to a lot more people. Today was a little bit crazy with the tech hiccup and Brian's internet suddenly cutting out. So I have taken over his slides and done everything that I can with them. So, but if you want to help us reach more people and share this content, we're totally giving a ton of stuff away here. Just hit subscribe, like, share it out with your friends, and we'll see you next week. Thank you guys so much for being here. And we'll see you on the next one. Have a great rest of your day.